Hi, here I am again. So tell me, what about creating our own film club? So this is the proposal this time. First of all, I'd like you to visit this website, which should be showing down there on the slide any minute now. Have a check there. That's the list of the original films which took part in the original film club by David Gilmour. So have a look. There are more than 100 movie titles they used in the project. See if you can find a movie there that you would die for. If you can't, you can use another movie which is not there for your suggestion here. So after you pick a movie, I'd like you to say what the movie is about. I'd like you to briefly review the positive aspects and the potential drawbacks of this film. And in the end of your review, try to tell us why you think this movie is worth dying for. Why did you choose this movie among so many movies available? Okay? I hope this is fun. Happy threading!
Well, I saw the movies in the list, and I think I'm going to watch all of them. Well, the ones I haven't watched before. But the movie I chose to talk about is The Shining. It's a movie I would die for it. I would die for because it's a very, very nice movie. That's why considered a classic. So the movie talks about a family who goes to a hotel to stay there for 3 months, something like this. And because the man of the family is hired to take care of the place in the winter, and but the problem is that it's a very isolated place. There's only snow and snow. It's in on the mountains, so it snows a lot, and they don't have where they don't have a nearest village, a village near to the hotel, so they get isolated, completely lonely. So um, before the man is hired, the interviewer says that thing is scary. Some I don't know if he says that a man died there, or that strange things happen, but he doesn't care. He goes there, and but um, when they get there, the man starts. Oh, he's a writer. He tries to write, and but he starts getting crazy and creepy things happen there. It's a really nice movie. And okay, let's talk about the aspects. I will start with the bad ones. I don't think there's a bad aspect in that movie. Just just the scaring part. Well, at least to me, it was not scaring. Maybe because of the effects. There are not many effects, but it's not scary. Maybe because it's an old movie, so it was not scary. But the good aspects are much bigger than that. Um, Jack Nicholson, the main character, he is perfect acting. His expressions are amazing. You get scared with it, with them. So it's really nice. You think he is really going crazy, and the plot's really well done. Um, the scenes are nice. The the performances are really good, and it has a nice ending. I liked it, really nice. And the songs, the background songs are really nice. Um, and that's it. So as I said, I chose that movie because it's really nice and it surprises you. Um, mainly because of Jack Nicholson face in the middle of the movie. He passed like the camera passed like 1 minute, just giving a close to his face, and he starts getting crazy. Like he doesn't say a word, but his expressions starts getting really scary, creepy, and I think this is the most scary part in the movie, and it's really nice. I recommend it. It's highly recommended. A beautiful, it's a beautiful crafted, beautifully crafted piece of work. Yes, got it. Okay, bye.
Hi everyone. Well, I picked the movie from the David Gilmour's list. It is Out of Sight. Well, the movie is a romance between a bank robber and a federal agent. Well, there are some funny scenes, there are some action too, but some bad aspects of it is it's because there are some stupid dialogues. And but it is not a tiresome movie. It is worth dying for because it is fun. You have fun watching it. You want to know what's gonna happen to the characters, if what is gonna be the end of the bank robber, if they're gonna be together. So you don't get tired watching it. It's really fun.
Hello everyone. Here I am to say that I'm very embarrassed because actually I haven't watched none of all these movies. So I actually read The Shining book and start watching Breakfast at Tiffany's, but I haven't watched it completely, so I can't talk about it. So I choose the to talk about Pride and Prejudice, which is a movie and a book I really really love, and it was directed by Joey Wright, and it talks about the story of the Bennett's family and how their lives changed when they met in a ball, Mr. Darcy and Mr. and Mrs. Bingley. And Mr. Darcy, he released to admit that he is falling in love with the eldest Bennet girl, Elizabeth, because she is in a social condition beneath him. So he's very proud of his condition and everything, and so is Elizabeth. So the whole movie talks about the story of how their their story goes on. How did they finally admit they were in love with each other despite of all those differences they have between them. So I think that is a great movie. It has the most perfect setting I have ever seen. I think they recorded this movie in the most beautiful places in the world. I don't know where, I guess it's in England, where they found all those big houses and everything, all those big halls to make all those balls. I also love the Keira Knightley, the way she played Elizabeth, because I actually have read the book. So when you read the book, you can compare like what they did, what is similar to the book, and what they did different. So in my opinion, there are no potential drawbacks. The movie is awesome, and for me, it is a film to die for.
Hello. To choose just one movie to talk about was the hardest task ever. And after changing my mind lots of time, I was thinking about Alien because I love horror movie. I chose Footloose. I know It's an old movie from 1984, classic tale of teen rebellion, dance scenes, touching performances. But at the first time I watched it was great because it's full of movement. It's about a boy from a big city that arrives at a town where rock music and dance are illegal. So it's a real cultural shock for him. But there's a blonde girl with her jealous boyfriend. Dot. The main character, Ren, he likes to dance, so he used to go to a warehouse to dance. He gets some new friends that like dancing too, and the dance scenes are amazing. And the main character, Ren, was a young and unknown actor, Kevin Bacon. So I think this movie it's amazing because it brings us energy, and we can feel that everything's gonna be okay. It can wake you up, and I think it's really worth to see. Now I have that songs in my mind, and I can't stop thinking about that movie that was so exciting to watch, and I wanna watch it again. Bye.
Hello. From all the lists, I totally go for the horror movies because I think the best ones are in the list. So I agree with Arizona when she said that the things about The Shining. I noticed as well. I noticed too that in the list is Exorcist, but uh, I agree they are classic movies and have this beginning in the terror films. But I am more, I had more afraid when I watched besides those these two these two these two uh, the chainsaw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember that I watched that movie on the movie theater, and in the movie theater, and I remember uh, in the scenes when the guy with the chainsaw is not a chainsaw, but anyways, uh, it's you. He was using this to kill people without a purpose. Uh, so I remember that I I am I was totally afraid of that, and and this is the Marcus Nispel or something like that, the new one version. So is this the one is this the movie that I am dying for? Literally. Literally. I can't say literally. Literally. Okay, okay, for sure. This is the movie that I'm dying for. Uh, because I think it was totally afraid. I was totally afraid when I watched it. And the movie is about a group of young people. They travel in mm, uh, uh, a city, I don't know, and they've got lost, and a terrible serial killer with a chainsaw chasing them uh, to kill them and keep the parts in his house. Then, in the middle of the film, we discover that uh, there are a whole family of serial killers, and they are keeping a baby. A baby. They 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 raise they keeping a baby. Uh, I don't know. Uh, there. So it's made. It was made it for uh, scared us, and the best scenes is not the death ones, but the the running away scenes, or uh, in the end when we see just one survive. Then I love that. I love this movie, and I have it, the original one. That's why I like it so much. The original, I'm saying the original DVD, not the first one. But I think this new version is better than the first one. That's it.
Hi guys. Well, I took a look on the list of movies, and to be honest, I didn't watch almost all the movies which are there. Uh, I just watched the three movies, which are The Exorcist, Alien, and Pretty Woman. And when I watched the Alien, I was still a child, so I don't remember almost anything about this movie. And Pretty Woman and Exorcist, I don't think they are um, great movies or movies to die for. So I decided to choose another movie which aren't in this list. As a professor said last class we could do that. Well, I decided to talk now about The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. In Portuguese is called O Menino de Pijamas Listrado. It is a movie about a German family who go to live in Berlin, I guess, in the Second World War times, and the father in this family is an official who has to work in a concentration camp. So the house where they are living is very close of this concentration camp, and the official sons, who is called Lucas, if I remember, I guess it's Lucas. Anyway, he starts a friendship with a Jewish boy who has the same years old of him, and but they just can talk with each other through a long gate, and they play together, no, talk together just through this long gate. And I guess this movie has the idea of show us story facts, like war and the Nazism, and too how these things can affect innocent lives, like the Jewish who suffer so much, and and this included innocent children's. So I guess it is a great movie. I don't remember if it has problems in dialogues or bad things to be said here, but I guess it's that. It's a great movie. If you had the chance, you should watch it or read the book. So I guess it's that. Thank you.
Life was like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Who doesn't know this famous quote? Of course, I'm talking about Forrest Gump. Yeah, of course, there are plenty of movies that I would die for. For example, The Godfather, Singing in the Rain, Across the Universe, Titanic, The Clockwork Orange, Transpoint, Gone with the Wind, and even some animations such as Finding Nemo and Chicken Little. But since I had to pick one movie to talk about, I would pick Forrest Gump. I can't explain the reason why it marked my life, but it marked it indeed. Um, I think it's because everything in this movie is fantastic. For example, the plot involving the Vietnam War, the hip movement, Woodstock, the cast with Tom Hanks. I think it's very good in his performance in this movie. And he's very young though. The soundtrack's amazing, with songs from the Woodstock first of all, with um, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, um, Joe Cocker, and others. Um, I think this movie is fantastic. So, oh, I would watch it 1 million times. I haven't watched it 1 million times already. I think I'll never get sick of watching it. So that's it. Run, Forest, run.
Hi guys. Well, I was looking for a movie in this David Gilmour's list, but I couldn't find any movie that I really like or that I will think that I would die for. So I was doing some research about my life of watching movies, and I've just remembered this one which I saw some years ago. Its name is Pay It Forward. It's about a child who has this skill or sensibility to people. Um, he has some kind of philosophy that is you help a person, and this person will help three more people. And that's the idea of the movie. I think it's a very good movie. It's a very touching movie. I think the good aspects of it is that the message that the movie shows us is pretty good. It's very great message. And some of the aspects that I didn't like was the real movie. Um, I mean, it was a very too sad movie. It was a too sad movie, so I don't think it's a good movie to watch when you are in your happy days. So I think that's it.
Well, I decided to talk about The Shining because this movie was part of my childhood. I watched it. I watched it when I was a boy. Um, I like the vast places it has in the beginning of the movie, and that soundtrack, and after in the Overlook Hotel, and it's interesting to notice that in the past when I watched the movie, I saw it through Danny's eyes, and today through Jack Torres's eyes, and the the hotel was a very big place. Well, and today it's a vast place, but not so big. And the movie plays with our sense of space because of the hotel. It has many rooms, and now I like the scenes like the bar scenes and the the scene in the bathroom between Jack and Delbert Grady, which I which was kind of boring when I was a boy. And I think that's all.
Although there's a big list of movies, most of them are completely unknown for me because they are hipsters movies. But anyway, let's not blame the man because he was old. So, first of all, I'd like to disagree with the Erizania and Clayton. I think The Shining sucks so much. I've almost died watching that movie. It was horrible. Like 3 hours of movie and nothing happens. There's like 5 minutes of some action, then over. So, but talking about the movie I'm talking about, I'll talk about the Cycle. I think it's a great movie. Like it was the first of its kind. It was completely new at that time, and it still is new. I mean, I've watched it 3 years ago, and the ending completely surprised me. And I like because the main character dies, and also the investigation's completely thrilling. I like all the characters in, especially the killing the serial killer, and he was. I won't spoil the ending. So good luck watching it. But it's a really good movie, and I think it's much better than The Shining because it's not 3 hours movie that has nothing to do with nothing, and about a man who doesn't do anything. Oh my gosh, that movie sucked so much. So that's it. Cycle. It's a great movie.
Hi guys. I have not seen any films from the list, unfortunately, and I decided to pick another one, which is the film I will definitely die for. It is 300 Spartans from Zack Snyder. So 300 Spartans is about the battle of King Leonidas with his 300 soldiers against another king, which is Xerxes, and his huge Persian army. So King Leonidas decided to go to war because his kingdom is threatened with invasion by the Persian, and his kingdom is threatened with submission and slavery. And Leonidas found in the war, going to war is the only way found to defend his kingdom, to defend his people, and to preserve the dignity of the Spartans. So, uh, 300 Spartan is an epic story, and I hope it has really exist. I am a big fan of historical films, and I like to think that all of them really existed. Whatever. What I love most about this movie is the battle for the freedom, for the justice, the lessons of loyalty, of honesty, justice, and love. And I watch it a dozen of times, and I know almost all the dialogue by heart. I do not get bored watching it. I'm not tired of watching it. And the positive aspects I found in this movie is the script, firstly, and the special effects as well. All the colors, all decoration. I found it really great. And but what I don't really liked was the blood during the fighting. Was that I think Zack Zack Snyder um, should change this aspect, this bloody aspect in this movie. And whatever, this film is quite perfect for me. It's full of action, it's full of love, of lessons of life. I really recommend it for to anyone who wish to have a good time with friends, watching battles and watching a good film. And that's it.
Hi everybody, here we go again to another voice thread. And this voice thread, it's interesting to me because the subject is something that I really like. It's movies. First of all, I'm really worried about the David Gilmour's list because I realized that there are a lot of good movies that I didn't watch yet. And I'm happy. I'm glad. Happy is too much. I'm glad when I look at the list, the David's list, because a movie of my favorite director, Akira Kurosawa, is there. It's the movie Huh, and it's based in the William Shakespeare's King Lear. But the movie that I would die for, it's this movie is not in this list. A film that I would die for would be Dead Poets Society. It's a great movie in my point of view. I remember Jana showed us a scene of this movie in the last semester, and it's the first movie that I remember when I think in Robin Williams. That's a good actor in my point of view. It's a movie about a poetry teacher in a school that try to change the conception of world of his students. It's a good movie to show us that we can think about other things, how some people say we can think outside of the box, that there is, or I mean there are a lot of more possibilities of things that we can do with our lives. Okay, it's really late of night now, and I'm a bit sleepy. That's it for all. See ya.
The movie I chose was Pulp Fiction, and I guess I've watched it like at least 7 times, and I really like this movie. The movie is about gangsters basically, and how one specific gangster he's trying to he stops being one, and all the things that led him to do that. But it's not about that. It's Tarantino's movie, so it's full of um, conversations, useless conversations, which he loves to do, and it's just fantastic, amazing. It's a great casting. Uh, Samuel Jackson, Uma Thurman, John Travolta. So I really like this movie. I think that's one of the positive aspects. Um, Besides the dialogues, um, it's funny. It's very funny. I mean, if you like uh, gangster kind of things, because they don't hold back, because it's supposed to be an adult film, so they don't uh, try to stop anything. They just show all the killings and all the stuff and all the situations that happen. They are very uh, hilarious. Why did I choose this movie? I don't know actually. I just like it a lot. Uh, you have to watch it. There are some remarkable scenes, some very historical scenes that up to today are discussed and talked and are remembered as great scenes from the story of the cinema. So even though it's an old movie, so I really like it, and it just amazes me. I just show every friend I have. And then it's my chance to watch it again. I like watching it over and over because uh, it's really funny. Uh, the same as Fight Club, but Fight Club I didn't find it in the list. But I guess if there was Fight Club on the list, I would choose it because I think I like it better. Or Seven also, which is another great movie. But sticking to the list, I guess I'm sticking with Pulp Fiction, which is one of my favorite movies ever. So, thank you.
Well, looking for a movie which I would die for on David Gilmour's list, I find one which, not that I would die for it, but which is directed by someone brilliant who I die for, and this person is Tim Burton. He's the man, he's a great director, and his point of view to direct a movie is different. He usually puts something girlish in his movies, what I think amazing, and Beetlejuice, the movie I chose, is just one of his great movies, and the movies are a mix of comedy and horror, what I also like so much. Um, I don't remember very well, but the story is about a couple which just died, but they don't know until they find a book which is a kind of manual for the newly deceased. Then they discover her sister sold their house to another couple, and they decided to expel the new family out of their home, but as they can't be seen by the couple alive, they can't expel them, of course. So they go to the world of the dead asking for help, but uh, there's a huge waiting room there, and they take a password, and after being called, they discover they have to stand in the house for a long time, and they gain a book that teaches how to haunt a house. And after try hard, they can only do just the couple's daughter realize strange things at the house. So they ask for help. They ask for help to Beetlejuice, who is a kind of specialist to expel live people. And other curious thing is that on outside of the house has a desert with giant earthworms. Um, Actually, I don't know what else to say. I I read that Tim Burton intends to make a sequence of the movie, but it depends on the producer. And I think that's all.